who have been harmed, when that person who has been wronged, dhulm has been done upon them, when they lift their hands, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listens. And Allah, your heart, and the moment you do that, right? When you're in that difficult situation, I remember when we were in that plane, man, you pray. As soon as you've prayed, there's a type of tranquility, a type of peace that kind of takes over. And this is really important, because the moment you lift your hands and you say, Ya Allah, right? You just say the beautiful name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with all the letters, the pronunciation, Ya Allah. It's like a sudden peace just completely takes over you. There's an example in the Quran during the Battle of Badr, right? This is right before the Battle of Badr. This is the first, battle that the Muslims were going to have. And really, to be honest, the Muslims were not prepared. They weren't expecting a battle, which is why the vast majority of the Sahaba that were there didn't even have any weapons. They just had sticks. All they were supposed to do was to kind of route a caravan, and that was it. But what ended up happening, these 313 Muslims in the middle of the desert, some of them have swords, most of them don't even have swords, and now they're faced with an army that's over 1,000, that's more than like 2 times their, 3 times their numbers, 1,000 strong, armed to the teeth. Every single one of them was armed. They had horses, they had everything. You can only imagine. And this would have been, if the Muslim would have been lost, if Muslims would have lost that battle, that would have been complete annihilation. That would have been the end of Islam. Guaranteed. That would have been the end of all of them. So imagine you're in that type of situation where you're not even equipped. You don't have the weapons to defend yourself. And the army, there's a gigantic army, right? Much bigger than your own. And all of them are armed to the teeth. And they're just staring at you. What's going to go through your mind? What kind of emotions will go through your mind? Maybe some anxiety, fear. If you're brave, maybe a little bit of anger. A lot of adrenaline is going to be pumping in your blood, and you're going to be just like ready to it's fight or flight. That's what is going to happen. That's what the brain's going to tell you to do. Either you run or you better buckle down and fight. But then the Quran says no. إِذْ يُغَشِّيكُمُ النُّعَاسَ أَمَنَةً مِّنْهُ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when the Sahaba were in that situation, that high intensity situation, Allah put a type of peace over them. Such a peace that they started dozing off. Imagine that. There's an army in front of you ready to wipe you out. And you're just like, you're just like dozing off. That's how much peace there was. Because all they said was, Ya Allah. The Prophet ﷺ kept on making dua, and he said, Ya Allah, please help us. So when you're in that situation and you say, Ya Allah, when you say the name of Allah, there's a peace that just kind of takes over you. And that's so important. That's what the author is he's trying to bring us to this moment where all hope is lost. You raise your hand, and that moment that you say Allah's name is the most priceless thing that you will ever do in your life. To take the name of Allah at that time. And that's why afterward he brings some verses to remind us. Allah latifun bi'ibadi. That indeed Allah is the most gracious and kindest to his servants and his slaves. Indeed, wallah, you look at your life, and for the vast majority of us, we're in our home, we have a roof over our head. We have water and food in our stomach right now as we speak. We pray Salat al-Fajr. Relatively, our lives are good. Some of us, many of us, really are struggling. I know. They don't know. There's all the anxiety. They don't know when their next paycheck's going to come. They don't know what's going to happen, how they're going to pay the rent, how they're going to pay the mortgage, how they're going to get food on the table. There's a lot of anxiety and stress, and I know that. But still, there are people who have it much worse. And that's what Allah latifun bi'ibadi. Maybe you're having a test right now. This is all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just lift your hand and with the most sincerest heart, invoke Allah. Call Allah. Say, Ya Allah, I need your help. Allahu latifun bi'ibadi. Allah is the kindest to His servants. Allah will not forsake you. Remember that. And then, you know, and after reminding us of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's greatness and how kind and merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, then هَلْ تَعْلَمُ لَهُ سَمِيًّا. Do you know anybody even remotely similar to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You will never find anybody even remotely, even a little bit similar to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's why when everything else in this world is gone, لِمَنِ الْمُلْكُ الْيَوْمِ, Allah will ask, for who is the sovereignty today? لِلَّهِ الْوَاحِدِ الْقَهَّارِ, for Allah, the one, the Almighty, and the irresistible. Right? Everything that you have, remember, it comes from only one source. Every blessing, every good thing that you have in your life, whether it's a material possession, every good memory that you have in your mind, everything good in your life that you have, every beautiful emotion that you feel is all from one source, and that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا بِكُم مِّن نِعْمَةٍ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ. Remember that whatever blessings you have, it is all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't come from anywhere else. And this is where now you make that dua, you make that supplication to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that, oh Allah, the possessor of majesty and magnificence, Ya Allah, let comfort take the place of my sorrow. That, oh Allah, make happiness come after sadness. And Ya Allah, let safety come in the place of fear. Oh Allah, soothe the burning hearts with the coolness of Iman. Ya Allah, give peace to the restless and serenity to the disturbed souls. Oh Allah, guide the confused people to your light and those who are astray to your guidance. Oh Allah, remove all evil whispers from our hearts, Ya Allah, and replace these evil whispers with a light. Destroy falsehood with truth and crush the evil plots, Ya Allah, and of the devils with your army, with the army of your angels. Oh Allah, remove us misery and affliction and anxiety. Oh Allah, we seek refuge in you, from you, and from everything except from you, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, we depend on you. We have put our full trust in you. We have no one else except for you, Ya Allah. You are our supreme protector, Ya Allah. You and only you can help us, Ya Allah. You and only you can help us, Ya Allah. Please, Ya Allah, help us in this difficult time of need. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.